There are many ways in which we could be spending our summer together. We could have discussed how great heaven will be, taken time to learn about inspiring saints, or even converse about the optimistic look of Christianity growing around the world. We, however, are going to walk a different path this summer. This season, we'll be diving into sin. Welcome on to Go with St. Joe. Sin. Where to begin? The series is not going to look at original sin in the fall. I think we can all agree we've earned a break from history lessons. Nor are we going to be distinguishing between mortal and venial sins, mostly because I don't know whether I need to go to confession or not for a lack of epic theme music. So let's talk sin. St. Augustine said that evil in itself isn't a thing. It is rather the absence of a thing or the distortion of a thing. Evil is the absence of good or the intentional distortion of a good. Think of it like being deaf. Deafness is the absence of the ability to hear. No, being deaf is not a sin, and many may even consider it a desired trait, if you have to listen to any modern music. Father Mike Schmitz gives us a great example of intentional distortion of a good with communication. Communicating with others is, of course, a great thing. However, we can distort this great thing by either lying or manipulating others. Many people believe that sin is either breaking a rule or hurting someone, or can even be an accident. While sin certainly can be either of these three, to categorize it as such would just restrict its meaning to the point where it could be incorrect. Sin is a decision. This decision is based on two criteria. First is I knew what I was doing as a sin, and second is I chose it anyway. This decision is also relational, that relation, of course, being with God. Sin is saying, God, I know what you want, but I don't care. I want what I want. When God reveals that this is His will and I choose to go against it, I'm not just breaking His law, I'm breaking that relationship I have with Him. So how do we combat sin? Repentance. Repentance, of course, isn't just saying sorry or even having regret. Think back to Jesus just after being arrested. Judas betrays Jesus for 30 pieces of silver, and Peter denies him 3 times. Both men show regret, but only Peter repented. Repentance is, God, I know what you want me to do. I know what I have done. Now I choose what you want. Repenting is turning away from our own will and saying yes to the Father's will. This allows our hearts to be open to God's forgiveness and to change us. It is God's will that He gives us mercy and forgiveness. For us to experience forgiveness, all we need to do is go to confession and realize when we go, we are giving God permission to give us His mercy. We are restoring that relationship that broke when we followed our will and not God's. This summer, we will plan to hit up the 7 deadly sins. While each episode will feature one of these capital sins, we will also discuss the countering virtues that help us overcome them. I also want to invite you to think about how each of these sins are treated in our culture. While these episodes will not focus entirely on the culture, we will still be examining it and its relationship with these sins. There will be future episodes dedicated to the culture, but for now I do want to end this portion of the show with a question for you. Is our culture a hostage of Satan, or is it his willing partner in crime? Now, let's check in on my partner in crime, the Bulletin. Extraordinary ministers of Holy Communion are needed. Please consider helping your parish by becoming a minister at Mass. You can choose which Mass and how often you are available to serve. Father John will be having a training session in church on June 14th at 6:30 p.m. Existing ministers are also encouraged to attend. Coffee and Conversation Sunday is this Sunday, June 11th, on the Plaza, weather permitting. Join us after the 7:30, 9 o'clock, or 10:30 a.m. Masses for donuts, coffee, juice, and of course, fellowship. This month is hosted by Wednesday Ladies Light of the World Prayer Group and Stephen Ministry. The Daughters of Isabella Jasper Circle number 140 will hold their monthly meeting on June 12th at 6:30 p.m. in room 301 in the St. Joseph Parish Center. The charter will be draped to remember recently passed members Rosina Schuler and Gloria Fierst. The circle will not meet in July, and the August meeting will be held August 14th. Help needed. We are in need of volunteers to help at the sign-in table during our church directory photography sessions. The dates we need help are on June 27th, 29th, and the 30th. And in July, we could use help on the 1st, 11th, 12th, 19th, and 21st. Call Stacy at the parish office for more information. Please join us at the Mother of God Grotto on Bartley Street for our monthly rosary, which will be held Tuesday, June 13th at 7 p.m. The intention this month is for those who work outdoors. We also take intentions from all those present each month. May God bless all of you. Wednesdays at 1 p.m. beginning July 5th through August 23rd, join us for the Chosen Season 1 Study Watch. We will gather after Wednesday 12:05 p.m. Mass in St. Joseph Parish Center, room 203. Each week we will watch an episode followed by a discussion. Light refreshments will be available. Please contact the parish office to sign up or register online at stjosephjasper.org. Look for the events link. We're looking forward to seeing you there. If you have a big event coming up at your parish and want it mentioned on the show, give us a shout out at our Facebook page or email us at onthego@stjosephjasper.org, and we'll make sure we announce it. This invitation is for anyone from our surrounding parishes. As always, gang, it's been a blessing to give you this podcast today. However, just like the chances of God not wanting to forgive you, this podcast is at an end. Let us go in peace.